Chapter 9 Mother Rose. God must have a sense of humor, but not at our expense, and there's no other way around it. In our past moments, we may have wondered if life was out to torment us, but once it starts to come together, there is something divine that shows us how it all connects. Even if we don't know the way is always there. The fact that there is a way means that no matter what happens, we are always on the way, even if we are unaware. Oh, when we remember this, then we know that everything is as it should be. Yet sometimes I forget it completely. And what if those feelings that we once thought were torturous were only divine suspense in preparation for us to meet true greatness? After being anointed, the thought of what may lie ahead began to soften. And even though the unknown holds a bit of fear, that sense of caution gave birth to fearlessness. And so I began the next part of the journey into the so-called wasteland. Beyond the door, at the edge of the enchanted forest, was a great tunnel, and within it there were roots, thorns, and roses. Why, this whole hidden tunnel was covered with rose flowers, and although the passageway was dim, it was not dark or cold. Every rose held a source of brilliant power, and each rose turned to greet me after the door behind had closed. "Hello," I spoke to the tunnel. "Welcome home," said an old woman's voice. Upon a closer look, no one was here, although I heard someone speak out down the road. And when I journeyed through the tunnel, there beside me, I heard her whisper come out from a rose. Where is this tunnel going? When the man who wasn't appreciated meets the woman who wasn't loved properly, it's not just a relationship. It's a sacred marriage, she said. Now another rose appeared upon the left, and as the path went forward, many other roses opened up their petals. This deep tunnel was a great garden, and only the purest roses were allowed under. Who are all of you? We are the great-grandmothers, and this is our birth tunnel, they said together. Do you mind if I pass? Do we mind? It's your time, said the rose nearby. And what will I find? That you have been given everything you need. And as you search and seek, just remember, it is from our ancient lineage that our souls are given bodies, she said. Now it was silent, but the roses were giddy as their presence pulled me ahead. Are you aware of God's plan? I asked. The plan's been taken care of in perfect detail, she responded. Then if you know how it all goes, what am I to do? Only you can pull this off, she said. Now as the tunnel only went forward, the serene nature prompted a contemplation, and so the soul stopped as I felt called to tend to such a beautiful tunnel, which held the ancient rose garden. Oh, what could one man do when so many roses flourished on their own? Each seemed to thrive with nature's own nutrients, and so I offered them my undistracted presence, along with uninterrupted eye contact. With the gaze upon the center of a rose, its petals began to twist and turn. And there, as I looked into the great-grandmother, I saw her give birth to the entire universe. From that birth, I began to cry. Why, in order for something to be birthed, it meant the old way would die, so that a new way came to life. And with such a magical operation, these great-grandmothers had a divine ability to give birth to creation. I could see what they had to endure, and so my heart broke open when I gazed upon the pain they'd undergone across all ages. These women offered up their own bodies, their safety and security, so that more children could flourish throughout humanity. Oh, why hadn't we treated the women of Earth better? How had we allowed the world's women to tolerate so much unfortunate behavior? How have you been so strong? I asked the great-grandmothers. It is not me, but rather it is we. You may think I am a rose, but what I am is a mirror, and I am the reflection you see, she said. I don't understand. Everything you've endured is what leads you upon God's plan. Your pain is our pain, as the Creator is not separate from its creation, said the great Rose Mother. And so, the petals opened to their fullest expression when she spoke. Why, in that moment, she gifted me a vision of all the pain I'd been bearing, and now a release of tears watered the ground as I began to let go. This pain is what we have all been carrying, said the great-grandmother's garden. She showed me a past life, one I used to live. Why, there I felt the old thoughts of how life had used me and left me shattered, abandoned, and broken. Yet in that moment, the rose revealed how those tragedies had not come to kill me, but now the rose revealed that what happened to me was that all that pain had come to release me. You were never abandoned. That's not the way I see it. Like a tiny seed, you broke open, and it leads you to the discovery of true freedom, she said. How do you see it? You who refuse to sell your soul in exchange for anything are worthy to nourish everything. Your soul is the only thing you bring into the world, and the only thing you can take back. Now take up a life of sweetness. Allow the pain to remain in the past. Release what has tortured you. Leave it here in the rose garden and go forth. Complete the final step in this tunnel, which gives a new birth, so you can free yourself, said the great-grandmother. The deeper the passage went, the tighter it became, and at last there was a final doorway, but it was covered by the stems and thorns of the roses. Yes, before this final door, there were so many more roses, more than I'd ever seen, and this pathway was so tight that the thorns and stems restricted me from entering. No matter how close I got to the door, even as the roses grew into light, I could not reach the door's handle with the end in sight. So close to being free, yet thousands of thorns kept me away. I was blocked between my past and the entry of this new hidden doorway. What is this path? The path of rebirth, said the roses. But how can I make it through? You must be willing to release the old you. Let go of the past, and you will find the truth. Do not look back. Go forth and trust that it's all happening for you, said the grandmother rose. With more determination, I began to climb through the thorns, but after only a step, my body and skin were pierced and cut open. So much pain arose as it brought all the past back to life when it felt like the old wound was reopened. This cannot be right. If you want a new life, then trust that the passage of pain is our birthright. Every mother offers her own body to her children. And why? It is the way we create fresh life. Make your life an offering. Show me what you're capable of, and make the most of our suffering. The only way you will ever know who you truly are is when you journey through great hardship. And so I ask, if you can find beauty in my rose petals, then it is also my thorns that you must worship. Can you find a way to adore even what hurts? For this experience is sacred too. Have the courage to face your deepest fears, and I will show you how a great man can transform," said the great-grandmother. Thousands upon thousands of roses bloomed everywhere when tens of thousands of thorns transformed into razor-sharp swords. Caught among piercing pain, each cut begged for attention, and upon a single glance, the pain of the past bled out where the old wound was emptied. So often we wish for light to set us free, but the roses knew that creation begins in the dark, like the womb of humanity. "It feels like you're breaking me." "We are releasing you from the past so that you can enter your greatest potential to recognize your soul's purity," she said. Cut after cut, the pain of each thorn felt like a great knife as it trimmed the parts of me that were betrayed, judgmental, and broken. And so the roses revealed a great secret. Those who can endure the greatest hardship are the ones who are chosen. I am the great rose, and they planted me in the dirt where there was no light or hope. But since I had something great to offer the world, I too broke. There was no one else to save me when I broke open. Only something as sharp as pain taught me how to surrender control. And there my thorns cut away the agony and pain that I'd held on to for so long. And after the ground released me, I rose with fresh hope. That's when my rose opened, and so I wear these thorns as a testament of our passage. Healing comes when we face our fears, not when we avoid them. We find we are transformed when we cut away the burdens that haunt us. No longer are you pinned by your past, so know that whatever happens to you has also happened to me. Enter into your new life, where you will realize that the pain of the past was here to set us free, she said. Caught in the thorns, there was a force within that was ready to move ahead. But what would it cost to move forward? Only then did I realize it would require my old life to end. And so this is the path that makes us bloom. And so the rose responded, "However you live is the answer to your own questions. Yet if you ask Mother Rose, we know it as the path of devotion," she said. At once, I pressed the doorway open when life began to bloom. And like a root reaching through the earth, all the countless thorns cut away the past pains. Oh, Grandmother Rose did not give birth to hurt anyone. This was not some form of torture, but rather, all souls are able to transform because of her. As we move into the doorway beyond the thorns, we can see how she cuts away everything that holds us back. All the past judgments, pains, and old wounds are exposed while our pure soul bows in reverence. The Grandmother Rose gives us a new life. She sets us free. And this is divine, a gift to humanity. And as I stood upon the edge of the doorway, at the edge of my old life, I understood that Grandmother Rose granted us freedom from our past. It was a fresh start at last. And what should I do now? Make us proud. Do something beautiful for God, said the great Grandmother Rose.